On House of AlNahayan, Abu Dhabi, UAE, estimated net worth, 300 billion plus. Head, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Wealth source, Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. Sovereign wealth fund, oil revenues, real estate. In the heart of the United Arab Emirates lies a dynasty so wealthy, it makes most royal families look modest in comparison. I'm talking about the House of AlNahayan, the ruling family of Abu Dhabi, whose estimated net worth exceeds a staggering $300 billion. But here's the fascinating part. This isn't just about old money or inherited wealth. The AlNahayan family has masterfully transformed their traditional oil riches into a diverse portfolio that spans the globe. At the helm of this financial empire stands Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, or MBZ as he's commonly known, a leader who's revolutionizing how sovereign wealth is managed. Think about this. While most of us worry about our monthly savings, the Al Nahyan family oversees the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds. This isn't your typical investment fund. We're talking about a financial powerhouse that owns prime real estate in major cities worldwide, stakes in cutting-edge technology companies, and investments in everything from renewable energy to artificial intelligence. But their story isn't just about numbers. It's about vision. When oil was discovered in Abu Dhabi in the 1950s, the family didn't just sit back and collect profits. They understood that oil wouldn't last forever. So they began a remarkable transformation, turning their desert emirate into a global hub for business, tourism, and culture. Have you seen the Louvre Abu Dhabi? That's just one example of their strategic investments in creating a post-oil future. The family's influence extends far beyond the UAE's borders. They've become key players in international politics and business, using their financial power to forge alliances and shape regional dynamics. From investing in sustainable cities to funding cutting-edge research institutions, they're not just preserving wealth, they're creating a legacy. As we look to the future, the House of AlNahayan continues to evolve, adapting their strategy for a changing world. While their oil wealth laid the foundation, it's their forward-thinking investments and strategic vision that's securing their position as one of the world's most powerful and wealthy families for generations to come. To the House of Al Saud, arguably the world's most powerful royal family, and definitely one of the wealthiest. With a staggering net worth exceeding $150 billion, they're not just rich, they're in a league of their own. Led by King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, this family has transformed a desert kingdom into a global powerhouse. But how did they amass such incredible wealth? Well, imagine sitting on top of the world's second-largest oil reserves. That's right, Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil company, is their golden goose. But the Al Saud family isn't just about oil. They're master investors, with billions spread across global markets, prime real estate, and cutting-edge technology companies. And let's not forget their massive land holdings. We're talking about ownership of much of a country that's roughly the size of Western Europe. What's fascinating is how they've maintained their influence for nearly a century. While other royal families have seen their power decline, the House of Al Saud has actually strengthened its position, skillfully balancing tradition with modernization. They're not just wealthy rulers. They are shrewd business minds who've transformed Saudi Arabia from a modest desert kingdom into a modern economic powerhouse. And with their continued investment in future technologies and economic diversification, their influence shows no signs of waning.
When we talk about wealth and power in the Middle East, few names command as much respect and influence as the House of Thani of Qatar. Let me take you into the fascinating world of one of the world's wealthiest ruling families. Imagine controlling assets worth over $120 billion. That's more than the GDP of many countries. This is the reality for the House of Thani, led by Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, who became one of the youngest state leaders in the world when he assumed power in 2013 at just 33 years old. But how did they build such immense wealth? Well, it's quite a story. Qatar sits on the world's third largest natural gas reserves, but the House of Thani didn't just rely on these natural resources. They made some incredibly smart moves through the Qatar Investment Authority, their sovereign wealth fund. Think about walking down the Champs-Élysées in Paris, chances are you're passing by buildings owned by the Thanis. Or when you're watching Paris Saint-Germain dominate French football, that's their team. From London's Shard to major stakes in companies like Volkswagen and Barclays, their investments span the globe. What's particularly interesting is how they've used sports as a soft power tool. The 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar wasn't just a sporting event, it was a statement to the world. They've transformed Qatar from a small pearl fishing nation into a global powerhouse in just a few decades. But perhaps what's most impressive is their vision for the future. While many oil-rich nations stuck to traditional investments, the House of Thani has been diversifying aggressively into technology, sustainability, and cultural initiatives. They're not just building wealth, they're building legacy. From desert sands to gleaming skyscrapers, from pearl diving to controlling some of the world's most prestigious assets, the House of Thani's story is a masterclass in how to transform natural resources into lasting global influence. And by all indications, this is just the beginning of their story.
Or House of Sabah, Kuwait, in the heart of the Middle East lies Kuwait. A small but incredibly wealthy nation ruled by one of the world's richest royal families, the House of Sabah. With an astounding net worth exceeding $90 billion, this dynasty has shaped Kuwait's destiny for over 250 years. Today, under the leadership of Emir Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, the family continues to grow their immense fortune. But how did they amass such wealth? It all began with Kuwait's most precious resource, oil. When black gold was discovered in the 1930s, it transformed this modest Gulf state into an economic powerhouse. But the House of Sabah didn't just rely on oil. They proved to be shrewd investors, diversifying their wealth across global markets. The family's real estate holdings alone are mind-boggling. They own some of the most prestigious properties worldwide, from historic buildings in European capitals to ultra-luxury developments in emerging markets. What's particularly fascinating is how the House of Sabah has maintained its influence and wealth through generations of careful management and strategic planning. While other royal families have seen their fortunes fluctuate, the Sabahs have consistently grown theirs, making them one of the most financially powerful royal families in the modern world. 5. House of Maktoum, Dubai, UAE Dubai, a city that seems to defy reality, where impossible dreams become architectural marvels. Behind this modern-day oasis stands one of the world's most fascinating royal families, the House of Maktoum. Led by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, this powerful dynasty has transformed a modest desert trading post into a global symbol of luxury and innovation. With an estimated net worth exceeding $40 billion, their influence stretches far beyond the glittering skyline of Dubai. But what's truly remarkable is how they built their empire. The family's wealth isn't just from oil, they've diversified brilliantly. The Emirates Group, their flagship airline business, connects Dubai to the world. Dubai Holding manages a portfolio that would make any investor's jaw drop, while their real estate investments have literally shaped the city's famous silhouette. And here's something many don't know. The family has a passionate love for horse racing. Their Godolphin racing stable is one of the most successful in the world, adding both prestige and profits to their already impressive portfolio. From the world's tallest building to man-made islands, the House of Maktoum's vision has turned Dubai into a testament to human ambition and possibility. They're not just ruling a city, they're crafting the future, one ambitious project at a time.
6. British Royal Family, United Kingdom. Let's talk about the fascinating wealth of the British Royal Family, one of the world's most prestigious monarchies. Imagine having a net worth that's not just in millions, but billions. We're talking about a staggering $28 billion plus. At the helm of this incredible fortune sits King Charles III, who ascended to the throne following Queen Elizabeth II's passing. But what makes the royal family so wealthy? Well, it's not just about crown jewels and fancy palaces. The majority of their wealth comes from a complex network of holdings. First, there's the Crown Estate, a massive collection of properties that technically belongs to the monarch, but is managed independently. Think prime real estate in London's West End and vast stretches of countryside. Then you've got the Duchy of Lancaster and the Duchy of Cornwall. These historical estates have been generating income for the royal family for centuries. The Duchy of Lancaster belongs to the monarch, while the Duchy of Cornwall traditionally goes to the heir to the throne. But that's not all. Their portfolio includes priceless works of art, some of the world's most famous jewels, and extensive real estate holdings across the United Kingdom. Just the royal art collection alone is worth billions. So next time you see those grand royal ceremonies on TV, remember, you're not just watching history in action. You're witnessing the display of one of the world's most valuable family fortunes.
Enjoying the video, correct? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Please leave your feedback, hit like, share the content.
7. House of Bolkiah, Brunei. Let me take you to the tiny but incredibly wealthy nation of Brunei, where the House of Bolkiah reigns as one of the world's richest royal families. At its helm sits Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, whose family's jaw-dropping net worth exceeds $30 billion. But how did this small Southeast Asian monarchy amass such incredible wealth? Well, it all started with black gold, oil. When Brunei discovered vast oil reserves in the early 20th century, it transformed from a modest sultanate into an incredibly prosperous nation. The Sultan himself lives a life that most of us can only dream about. His personal palace, the Istana Nurul Iman, is the world's largest residential palace, bigger than Versailles. We're talking about 1,688 rooms, a banquet hall that can serve 4,000 guests, and a mosque that holds 1,500 worshippers. And if you think that's extravagant, wait until you hear about his car collection. The Sultan owns more than 7,000 luxury cars, including hundreds of Rolls-Royces, rare Ferraris, and custom-made vehicles that would make any car enthusiast weak at the knees. But it's not just oil money. The House of Bolkiah has diversified its wealth through shrewd investments worldwide and an impressive portfolio of luxury properties across the globe. Talk about living like royalty. They've literally written the book on it.
8. House of Grimaldi. Monaco. When you think of Monaco, you probably picture luxury yachts, high-stakes gambling, and the glittering Mediterranean coastline. But behind this playground for the ultra-wealthy stands one of Europe's most fascinating royal families, the House of Grimaldi. Led by Prince Albert II, the current ruler of Monaco, the Grimaldis have transformed their tiny principality into a global symbol of luxury and wealth. With an estimated net worth exceeding $1 billion, they're not just royalty, they're successful business monarchs. But here's what makes their story particularly interesting. The Grimaldis didn't just inherit their fortune, they built it strategically. Through their control of the Société des Bains d'Emir, they own some of the most valuable real estate in Monaco, including the legendary Monte Carlo casino. Speaking of the casino, it's a brilliant example of their business acumen. While other European monarchs were losing their fortunes, the Grimaldis were pioneering luxury tourism and gambling in the 19th century, creating a tax haven that would attract the world's wealthy. Today, under Prince Albert II's leadership, the family continues to adapt and thrive, balancing tradition with modern business sensibilities. Monaco may be the second smallest country in the world, but the House of Grimaldi has proven that size isn't everything when it comes to building a lasting legacy of wealth and influence.
9. Royal Family of Thailand, Chakri Dynasty. The Thai royal family, known as the Chakri Dynasty, stands as one of the wealthiest monarchies in the world, with an astounding net worth exceeding $40 billion. But what makes this dynasty so financially powerful? At the helm is King Maha Vajiralongkorn, who ascended to the throne in 2016. What's fascinating is how the family maintains such immense wealth through the Crown Property Bureau, a unique institution that's been carefully built over generations. Think of the Crown Property Bureau as a massive financial empire. It controls some of the most valuable real estate in Bangkok, where prime land can cost as much as Manhattan. We're talking about vast swaths of property in Thailand's bustling capital, including major commercial districts and historic areas. But it's not just about land. The Bureau has its fingers in many pies, with significant investments in major Thai companies, including the Siam Commercial Bank and the Siam Cement Group. These strategic investments have helped the royal family maintain their position as one of Asia's wealthiest monarchies. What's particularly interesting is how this wealth has been accumulated over more than 2 centuries, since the Chakri Dynasty was established in 1782. Through careful management and strategic investments, they've transformed traditional royal assets into a modern financial powerhouse.
10. House of Orange Nassau, Netherlands. Did you know that among Europe's royal families, the Dutch House of Orange Nassau stands as one of the most fascinating dynasties, currently led by King Willem-Alexander. This royal house has built an impressive fortune estimated at over $1.5 billion. But here's what makes their story particularly interesting. Unlike some royal families, who inherited most of their wealth, the House of Orange-Nassau has actively diversified their portfolio over generations. They've made smart moves in real estate across prime Dutch locations, maintained strategic investments in both domestic and international markets, and carefully managed their historic royal holdings. Think about this. While King Willem-Alexander is often seen cycling through Amsterdam, any ordinary citizen, a trait that's earned him massive public support, he's simultaneously overseeing a sophisticated financial empire. The family's wealth isn't just about palaces and crown jewels. It's about modern business acumen combined with centuries of royal tradition. Their approach to wealth management has become a blueprint for modern monarchy, balancing royal dignity with smart financial planning. From their historic palace Ui-10 to their extensive investment portfolio, the House of Orange-Nassau shows how traditional royalty can thrive in the 21st century while maintaining their cultural heritage and public service role.